what's happening? We're gonna do some more Legos. We're doing more Legos. All right. I was hoping, whoa, that little tiny piece just about got off the table. I was really hoping that this angle might be better. I don't know if it is yet or not. I will let you be the judge of that. How's that sound? So, these are my extra pieces so far. And check this out. That is starting to look like a horse, daggone it. It really is. And so here's what I've found out too. Here's what I've learned about this. You have 5 different bags here from this, what I ordered, right? That is what it looked like. Sorry for the glare. When I found this one on Amazon. And I thought I was just ordering a horse. That's what I wanted. And then when it came, it showed me there's a horse, a deer, and a bear. And I thought, oh man, I thought I was just getting a horse. Well, so what I've been told, I think it was Oz. And I'm sorry if I'm saying the wrong person. I need to get better. I should not say people's names unless I know exactly who I'm talking about, and I apologize for doing that. So I didn't get all 3 of these things. That's not how it works. How it works is I've got pieces, apparently, in these bags, in the 2 previous bags that I've already used to make this. And I've got instructions for 3 different animals. I can make one, right? I can choose whichever one I want to make. I've got instructions to make the deer here, and I've got instructions to make the bear here. And if I decided that I wanted to make either a deer or a bear instead of the horse, I can use the same piece. That is fascinating. That's really, really cool, actually. I didn't know when I bought it that I would have that option, but apparently I do. I want to build a horse. I always wanted to build the horse. That's why I bought the horse. But apparently, surprise, surprise. Anyway, I am on bag number 3 now, and I'm going to keep going. I went to work this morning. Some of you saw on my Gym Buddy that I did this morning. It was this morning when I did that. I don't know when you're going to see this, but I did a Gym Buddy live this morning, and I made the announcement that I was going to go to work today and quit my job. And that's what I did until the guy I was talking to, my friend who owns the daggone place, said, no, you're not. You're not going to quit. And I said, I don't feel comfortable having you pay me what you're paying me. It doesn't work for me. And of course, he's my friend. I've known him my entire life. He was like, dude, basically he said that I was not aware of how much money I have saved him by doing the things that I've done as the maintenance man. Things like, if you've been around long enough, you know that I painted a bunch of light poles. Scared me to death. Way up on a scissor lift, it scared me to death. But I did that. I put some pipe bollards in. There's a video of that actually on here, if you want to see how that whole thing went. And I patched a curb with some concrete, and I've done lots of random things that apparently would have cost him a whole lot more money if he had to have somebody else do it. So he made me aware that he is saving a lot of money by using me to do these jobs versus hiring someone else. So I said, look, man, I'm happy. I am happy to help you. I can be on call. It doesn't matter. I just don't want you to pay me any kind of regular salary because I don't want to be here every day. There's not something for me to do every day, and I don't want to come in and dream up things to do because I don't want to spend money just to spend it. You know what I mean? I think it's a really cool thing because, like I said, he's been my friend my entire life, and I'm not going to take advantage of him, but also he's made me fully aware that it would cost him more money if I leave than if I stay. So whatever, it works out. I don't know. Maybe I'll get called every day to go do something, and if I do, I'll go do it. This is first though. Legos come first. This YouTube page comes first, and hopefully now that we have this new understanding, it'll be real easy to create more stuff. I don't feel like I'm letting somebody down by not being there. If I don't need to be there, I don't need to be there. If I do need to be there, I will be made aware, and I will go take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. If I don't get called though, we're doing all kinds of crazy YouTube stuff, and it's going to be awesome. I'm excited about it. All right, so I recognize that I didn't get the camera exactly right, but it's close enough. I think it's more important for you to be able to see what's going on here than it is for you to be able to see my face, because who cares? You know what my face looks like. Who cares? This is where it's at, and I still don't think you can see that really. Maybe if you got a really big TV you're watching this on, you can see these instructions a little bit better. But anyway, this is what's happening right now. I'm going to work on this horse some more. So let's go. Let's start with this. I think I'm going to make some legs right now. Let's do it. This is kind of weird. I really hope that this moves once they're together, because, oh, it does. It clicks. Do you hear it? I think that's how you're supposed to do it, though. Actually, I'm going to do it. Oh, you know what? Oh, my goodness. Huh. Do you see that? Do you see that little tiny thing from all the way over there? It's an ear. It's a picture of an ear, so you can hear it. That's what it's telling you. What did I just drop? Oh. Okay, this is good. This is going to work. I got to open this bag too. I'm a little bit confused why, and they do it with every one of them. Okay, this bag. This is just one big bag, right? But this bag has a bag inside it, just like this. And every one of them so far before that has two. I don't know why they don't just put them all in one bag. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. But I don't know what that is right now. Anyway, let's go. This piece goes in here. And then it says to push it right in these three holes. I'm going to do it. So sorry, I don't know what you can see. If you're watching this on your phone, you can't see this very clearly. Anyway, let's go. We're doing it. All right. Yeah, I'm making legs. That's for sure what I'm making right now, and I love it. This is cool. 5 of these. Where you at, little piece? I need to spread this stuff out a little bit, I think. There's a tiny little, I bet you, my goodness, oh, That's got to be it right here. This is it. I was looking for a different color. Okay, now, I tell you what, Legos are cool. I know, whatever. I know I said that last time, but there are so many different shapes now than there were when I was a kid. And I know probably a lot of you are like, wow, that's really cool. But it is cool. It is. And I like it. It's not like, it's not real hard to do. It just takes a little bit of concentration. And I actually really enjoy it. Now, I say it's not really hard to do, and I'm looking at this next step, and I think, that does not make any sense to me at all. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. This shape is a little bit different. It's like it looks different in my hand than it does on this page. But that's definitely it. Okay. Piece there. Now I need a little triangle guy right here. The one thing, and I said this before too when I was doing the other videos, is that I think that my fingers need to be a little bit smaller. I think that would make it easier. My fingers are too big for some of these tiny pieces. Whatever, dude. Still doing it. What I gotta do now, my next step is to do some research on some healthy cooking options. And we're gonna do some cooking. We're gonna do some cooking. And you know what? Now we can do it live. What's up? We can do a lot of this stuff live. Now. I love that. I love it. This is not live, by the way. I noticed a couple people, and I'm so sorry I didn't make you aware, but I noticed there were a couple people saying, I keep talking to you and you won't say hi. That's because it wasn't live. Just like this is not live. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I think I might have even read it live, and if I did, I probably responded. Actually, the one that I'm thinking of, no, that one, I just saw that on the replay. I watch everything back. Everything that is posted, I watch it back because that's the only way I know to make sure that I am saying thank you to all those of you who contribute, either super chats or memberships, whatever. One thing I don't know, I can see that people, not everyone obviously, but some people have found out how to make contributions through the fundraiser link. There's money in those. So some of you have figured it out, and thank you so much, and that's awesome. But as far as I know, there's no way, at least in what I've seen so far, there's no way for me to know who is contributing there. So, just know if you're contributing to charity through the fundraiser links that are provided, it's not likely that you're going to get a shout out for that because I can't see who it is. I can just see how much money is in each one of those things. So, thank you. And I am certain that the charities that you are giving to, one of them is No Kid Hungry still. And the other one is also, I don't know the name of it. I need to look at it so I can know for sure. You can see it if you just look at it right now. I'm sure it says exactly what it is, but it's one that no matter where you live in the world, you can make a contribution. No Kid Hungry, I didn't realize this, but once I made it so that was through a fundraiser tab instead of going through memberships like we always did, people made me aware that if you don't live in the United States, you cannot contribute to that. I did not know that. I know that now. But I've chosen both of these charities that are there because I think that both of them, of course, they're both charity for kids, right? Kids in need. And I think that we all can agree that that should just not be a problem, right? There are a lot of really good charities out there that do a lot of really good things for a lot of people, but because we're talking to people from all around the world, sometimes people won't give to a charity because they disagree with it. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, but I do think that both of the charity options that I have set up are something that we all, no matter where you're from, can agree are a good cause. No kid should ever be hungry or in need otherwise. It's just they can't do anything about it. They're kids. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think that we can all agree that the two that I have chosen are a good cause. And you know, I mean, geez, nobody ever makes a choice to be in need of anything. Of course, nobody wants to be in need and need help. But kids don't really have an option to go take care of a lot of things on their own. They're not old enough. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's why I have done what I have done. And thank you for your participation. I'm looking for a piece that I'm a little bit nervous I don't have. And because I'm doing legs, oh, here it is. Whoo! It was upside down. Because I'm doing legs and probably both rear, these are like the back legs, I think. Yeah, I don't need just one of them, I need two. And here's the other one right here. They're upside down. They're rounded on the top, so they don't want to, unless it came out of the bag and just happened to land flat there. Anyway, all right, all good. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Today, also, depending on when you see this, I don't know when you're going to watch it, but right now, where I am, it is Halloween. So if you celebrate Halloween, I hope you really enjoy it. And get crazy. And be awesome. Dress up, let everybody know what you're all about. I think that's cool and fun. My kids both have Halloween shirts that they wore to school today. Grayson has one. It's a skeleton. It's one skeleton hanging out with another skeleton, and he says, "I got your back." And he's holding the other skeleton's spine, and then the other skeleton, because the first one has its spine, is just a pile of bones on the ground. Which is kind of funny. Whatever. And then Clifton's shirt says, "This is my Halloween costume." Excuse me. Still haven't fully shaken the cold. But I think I like both shirts, but I think Clifton's is probably more my style. Isn't that funny? And I get it. I know a lot of people really love dressing up for Halloween. I don't think I've ever really cared. I don't think that I've ever cared. And I know that that's weird because I have always enjoyed being an actor. Isn't that weird? I have zero interest in dressing up for Halloween, but I do really enjoy playing roles where I am not myself. I'm pretending to be someone else. Whatever. I can't make sense of it. I think it's funny. But yeah, my wife it's her favorite holiday. Halloween is her favorite holiday. So I get it. If you really like it too, awesome. Enjoy it. I don't know what my favorite holiday would be. I think I like, most holidays just for the fact that they're holidays. You wouldn't be celebrating if there wasn't a reason, so I think it's cool. I like Thanksgiving a lot, which I know is not celebrated anywhere but the United States. Well, I shouldn't say that because I've actually met people in other countries that say that they celebrate. And I'm not sure. I don't know why. Why not, right? I guess. It would mean something different, I suppose, to people in a different country. But I really like Thanksgiving because it's laid back compared to Christmas. Thanksgiving is, and I guess I compare it to Christmas because here, anyway, the way my family's done it, it seems like everybody tries to get the whole family together for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's cool. It's always nice, but you got Thanksgiving, then you've got Christmas Eve, then you got Christmas Day, then you got New Year's, there's too much, it's too much. But Thanksgiving is awesome because really all you have to do is hang out and eat. Pretty good way to celebrate something, anything, whatever. And be thankful, of course, on Thanksgiving. Want to know something really weird, though? Neither my wife nor I like turkey at all. I don't care if I never have another bite of turkey for the rest of my life. I promise you I won't miss it at all. In fact, because we both don't like it, and to make like Thanksgiving dinner, if you've got a bunch of people and everybody pitches in, then it's awesome. And it's, there are a lot of things that go into Thanksgiving dinner that I really enjoy. I love stuffing. I love like the fancy green beans that people make, not just out of a can, but put like bacon in it and onions and really, really good. And rolls and mashed potatoes and gravy. I love all that stuff. And I'm one of those people that I want to get everything on my plate in the same bite somehow. So I look like a ridiculous person when I eat. But, so, if we're going to a family thing, there's always turkey. And I usually get some just because then I can say I'm doing it. Like I'm fully participating, but I don't get much. And I drown it in gravy and everything else on my plate so I don't have to taste it. I don't like it. And if we don't go to a family thing, a big family meal where everybody pitches in, we get steaks. We do celebrate, and we get food that, is not something that we eat every day. But we get steak because we love it. We're still just as thankful. I promise you that. But we don't eat something that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You don't have to. People, you can give me whatever kind of trouble you want right now. I will not apologize for eating steak on Thanksgiving. I won't do it. You know what? We have brought to a lot when we do the family thing and everybody pitches in? We have brought, my wife really likes sweet potato casserole, I think is what it's called. Sweet potato casserole. It's like sweet potatoes and maybe, I think it's got marshmallows. Like, I don't know for sure. You can tell me what it is. I don't really like sweet potatoes either. I promise you I'm not a real picky eater, but I don't like turkey and I don't really love sweet potatoes. But Taylor loves them, so she brings them. And other people in our family really like them too. So everybody, enjoy what you want. But the other thing that we bring, and I'm not kidding you, is a ham. Like a spiral ham. And everyone really appreciates it. And everybody has ham too. Some people really like turkey, but they still get both. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, like I said, I get both too, but I definitely get a bunch of ham. I love ham. And I don't love turkey. So that's how I do it. All right, this is a red piece and then two of those guys. But I would say, honestly, because it truly is as laid back as it is, at least in our family, Thanksgiving might be, even though I don't like turkey, that might be my favorite holiday. Get to, like I said, celebrate, be thankful, see family in most cases, and relax at the same time. I'll tell you what, now that I know that these pieces, are interchangeable, like to make two other animals, it makes more sense to me that some of this stuff is colored the way that it is. It doesn't make sense for there to be any pink or red in the leg of a horse, but it's fine. You're not going to see it. I mean, you need it for the structure, I guess, but you have those colors on these other animals, like the bear has a pink tongue. You still don't need that many. I don't know. Kind of strange. Whatever. Legos, I think you're doing just fine without my suggestions. I think you're doing just fine. I am confused at why some of these pieces are pink that don't need to be, but whatever. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure everybody's going to continue to be really happy with what you got going on, including me. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, I swear, these little bitty pieces, there's one, and there's the other. I think I just need to spread this stuff out more. Stop being... What scares me is this table is not perfectly flat. And that's my fault. I made it. But it's not. It's not perfectly flat. And I've been meaning to take it back outside and fix it. And I think I know how I could do that. Pretty easy, actually. I just haven't done it. Is that? Okay. That's it. But I don't want pieces to roll off. Some of them are round and they'll just roll right away from me. So I'm keeping them all together. Keep an eye on these crazy suckers. Okay, now I gotta build the back side of the leg. And that means I need this piece. I want to tell you something. Yeah, I guess. You know what? I guess I do have all the pieces. It makes me nervous to see that there aren't as many pieces as I would assume that there would need to be to get this whole thing done. Sure. It's going to be just fine, though. All right, so I think it would be cool to be a Lego designer. I've been made aware that there are more Lego stores scattered around, not just in JFK, but also in a lot of cities. Where's the piece that I want? You can find Lego stores that you can walk into and do your shopping in person. I think that's really cool. But the other thing I learned is that there are video game Legos. I gotta look into that. Are there Red Dead Redemption Legos? That would be cool. I would definitely enjoy building Red Dead Redemption Legos. I've seen people who take the Lego guys and they paint them, or they change them from, I think, what they came in the as they came in the box. They make them into Red Dead Redemption characters. I think that's awesome. But I don't think that those are made by Lego. I could be wrong. I could be all the way wrong. But I would love to make some Red Dead Redemption Legos. If they don't have them, if you don't have them Legos, please make them, and I will put them together, and it will be awesome. All right. That's it. That's just one piece on that. That's weird. I thought that. Okay. So, let's go. There. Is that looking like a leg to you? Is that the... That's the rear legs. It is. And I think it's going to be, this is going to be the outside of the leg, and this other side is the inside of the leg. I don't know, we'll find out. See? More pink. I'm going to quit talking about it. I guess the reason I talk about it is because I feel like I've seen this exact same piece, same size, same shape, different color. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not the same size. Oh. Ooh, slow down there, big Speedy. Gotta get these pieces on there first. Whoa. This one's kind of... That's weird. That's not the right piece. It looks like it would be. Oh yeah, it is. I just got the pink one in the wrong spot. I'm gonna take both of these off because they're easy to get off, and this pink one's gonna be hard. You know what? I don't need to take it off. I'll just flip these around. That makes it a lot easier. Same result in the end. Now this is the right piece. That goes there. That goes there. And then we've got some, I need this guy on there. The correct way. Now we've got more of these really weird looking pieces that I showed you that on the other stuff I was doing. I thought they were broken pieces. They're not. It's just the way they are. I'm telling you, Legos has really stepped up their game. If you did Legos as a kid and you enjoyed them, go get some Legos now. Whole different ball game. And I think you're going to really enjoy it if you get them, whatever. You also, You have to do what makes sense for you, right? This is weird. I think this is one of the pieces. I think. No. Yep. I think this is one of the pieces. So it's got me laying those side by side, and then I need a little thing like this, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't need that. Wow. I am one of the people that thinks that I can do this without instructions. I don't think that I can. But I do try to jump ahead sometimes, and I should not do that. All right. Wild. See that? Right on. Okay. So it looks like I just pushed this right there. I think that's what it's showing me to do. Or possibly. No. Yeah, right here. Let's go. Then. Let's go! Now it's starting to look like a leg. That almost looks like a chicken wing. Put some hot sauce on it. Let's go. I'll eat it. Yes. Yes. All right. Oh, nope. Nope. I said yes too early. That's not right. I need... What have I done here? Excuse me for a second. I got to take this apart. This is not right. What have I done here? Oh. I know what I did. I'm sorry. I got to take this back off. Because it's wrong. Maybe if I didn't say anything, nobody would ever know. Maybe. I would know. But I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take the time to put it together and then realize I'm doing it wrong and then not take the time to fix it. Oh, it's going to rip my fingernails off, though. I can tell you that. Oh. Ow. My goodness. What a mess. Okay, there we go. Now that, instead of that, needs to be that. Okay, now I'm going to put it back together. Okay, I think I'll have it now. Yeah. Yep. Okay, do I do this first? I think this piece goes right there. Yeah. No, this piece goes right there. Okay. No! That's not right either. That's not right. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Ouch. I think it's just the wrong piece. I think I want this one. They look exactly the same, but they're not. Ha ha. That's it. Woo! My goodness. That's it right there. That's, well, I think I put it back in the wrong spot. All right, I know that this goes here. And this goes underneath it, like that. Why don't I just get that on there? There we go. All right, I got it. Now I got it. It is right. No problem. My goodness. Oh. Okay, so I guess now move on. Oh man! And look what it's having me do. Yeah. Get on there. He's got a leg. And it does show that I keep it pointed straight out like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip this guy over. Look at that. His head moves all around. Hello. And his neck goes up and down. This is cool. This is actually really cool. All right, now I do this. Kind of the same thing I did on the other side, but I gotta do it here now. Okay. There you go. There you go. Oh! Get in there. Come on. Oh, goodness. All right, I got it. No problem. Yeah, just basically got to do the same thing again, right? Same thing I just did. Now, this is an example of what I was talking about. I can't find the piece. I know I saw it earlier, so I know I have it somewhere laying right in front of my face and I can't see it for some reason. But, okay, here it is. I was going to say, all right, this piece looks exactly like the pink one, but it's not because it's got 3 instead of 2 like the pink, right? 3 bumps. What do you call that? That's got to have a name. And maybe that is how they do that, just so they can keep track of them. They know what piece they're looking at from across the room because of the color. Is that possible? Is that why they do that? I don't know. I just put that on wrong. If they do, then that would make sense, I guess, right? It would make sense. Oh. Okay, got it. Up and under. So, yeah. We are going to make more content. More! Bring it on! We're doing more. And hopefully it'll be enjoyable for everybody. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Here it is. Wow. Some of these pieces are a little tricky. They don't look exactly the same in the book as they do laying on my little table here. We'll get it though. Coming into it, we're gonna get another leg, and then my goodness, this thing's gonna look like a horse. And then we'll do the front legs, and then I guess if we want to, we can do this little patch of grass for it to stand on. And I think then it's done. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. I talked about the tattoo thing. They call it a flash sale because they have a bunch of tattoos that you can get for real inexpensive. And they're doing that. You got a bunch of different options that they've drawn up for this flash sale if you want to get a tattoo. But everything that I am doing there is free, right? And I know that I've said this, but for those of you who haven't heard, Dead Crow Collective, and this is next weekend, which is November 8th. And the event, as far as the tattoo parlor goes, is from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. And they're going to be doing tattoos. If you want that, you need to you need to probably, honestly, at this point, reach out to Dead Crow Collective and see if they've even got any spots left. I think it's filled up. Or is filling up quickly. So just make sure, if getting a tattoo is a big priority of yours, make sure that you call ahead and can get that. And then the part, that I'm doing, I'm not tattooing anybody. I don't think anybody assumed that I was going to be doing that, but just so you all know for certain, I do not know how to do that. It would be really cool to learn, but I don't know the first thing about it. And I'm not going to do that to somebody. But the stuff that I am doing, I'll be there to sign prints. I've got a bunch of prints, actually. I'm going to bring them. I'm going to sign prints from Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Undead Nightmare. And if you would rather get your game copy signed or anything like that, of course, whatever you want, I'm cool with it. Doesn't matter to me. Just like at Comic-Con. The difference is it costs you nothing. It's my hometown. I got a good feeling I'm going to know a lot of the people there. And it's very different for me than traveling to a Comic-Con somewhere. So everything that I'm doing is 100% free. And if you want, and I'm not asking anyone to, but if you want to contribute something, whatever I get is going to be given to No Kid Hungry. 100% of what I get is going straight to No Kid Hungry. And I hope, it would be amazing if that's like a giant number somehow. That would be so cool. Whatever. But that is November 8th. If it's something that sounds cool to you, Seymour, Indiana, Dead Crow Collective. It's on 2nd Street. And it's the only tattoo parlor named Dead Crow Collective. So Seymour's a small town. If you 47274, I think it's Chestnut. It might be 2nd Street. I truly don't know their address, but you'll find it if you want to. It won't take you long either. So a lot of you probably know John Mellencamp, right? The musician. He is from Seymour, Indiana, and has a song called Small Town. I was born in a small town. That is written about Seymour, Indiana. So if you've heard that song, you have heard about Seymour, Indiana. And you can come check it out. And do a little bit of partying. It'd be cool. Raise a little money for charity. Get some tattoos. Get crazy. You don't have to get a tattoo, and you don't have to get anything from me. You can do whatever you want. Just be there. If you're in the area, come by and make it special. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. Also, I've mentioned this a bunch of times before too, but this tattoo on my hand is a train. It's a locomotive. And then on my fingers, you have 1866. And the reason, couple reasons I got that. I have always really wanted to find a way to get a tattoo that is like a kind of a tribute tattoo to the fact that I was in a series of video games that I enjoyed so much. The only reason, really, probably any of you know me at all is because of that, right? I wanted to get a tattoo that would be kind of a tribute. In fact, the majority of the Vanderlyn gang, the people that played the roles of the characters in the Vanderlyn gang, we're all on a mass text thread. We communicate regularly still. Today, there was a picture that Steve J. Palmer and, oh my goodness, I have frozen. Joe, dear God, Joe Armanox have taken together. And I would share it with you, but it's not mine to share. But Joe Armanox should probably be like a daggone supermodel. She's so pretty. So pretty. And I would say that if my wife was sitting right next to me. And I would say it to Joe, too. She's so pretty. Anyway, they're doing something somewhere. They're doing a Comic-Con this weekend. Look it up. You'll find them. I don't know where they are. I'm terrible. But if you're near them, definitely go hang out with them. They're both awesome, awesome people. And that'll be fun. Where's the piece? There it is. I was going to say, where's the piece I'm looking for? Right in front of my face. Anyway, we all talked about getting a group tattoo, right? Everybody was going to get the same thing, and some ideas floated around, and people liked them, and some people thought, well, what if we do this? And we just never got together, right? And I think, honestly, I mean, I'm game. Somebody asked me if I want to go get a tattoo. If I do, and I say I do, I mean it. I'm not just trying to have fun with the conversation. I mean, tattoos, obviously I have several tattoos. I like them. Other people, I think, what I'm understanding is like the idea of getting tattoos, but when it comes to actually doing it, they're like, whoa, no, not really. I was having fun talking about it. Anyway, we haven't done it as a group, and we have tried to figure it out on several different occasions. Anyway, I got tired of waiting on everybody. I think more than anything, I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get what I want. And so, this locomotive, obviously you see those in the Red Dead Redemption series, but also, and the reason I have 1866 is if you look up, and I've talked about this a lot, I'm sorry for those of you who have heard it. I don't mean to repeat myself all the time, but I know that there's new people here all the time. So, the Reno Brothers, or the Reno Gang, or the Reno Brothers Gang, if you look them up, they did the first ever, and maybe they did more than one, I can't remember for sure, but they did the first ever train robbery in the United States, and that happened in my hometown. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that is honestly a little bit too coincidental, probably, for me to not be really, geeked out about it. I am very geeked out about it. I love it. And if you're interested, yeah, you can look them up and learn all about them. One thing that I think is really kind of crazy is that there are, you can go today, you can go and see their graves. Not all of them, but I think it's Johnny Reno and Frank Reno. There are 3 graves in the Seymour City Cemetery, I think is what it's called. And they're all, the Reno brothers is kind of gated off. Like you can't walk up and stand on the grave or anything crazy like that. But they probably gated it off because they had to. Because the Reno brothers were so hated by the rest of the people that were not part of the Reno gang. Of course they were hated. They were terrible people. But they were so hated that when they died, and I think the three that are buried there died at the same time, and I think that they were hanged not by the law, but by a vigilante group that went and broke them out of jail, not to free them, but to murder them. I'm telling you, you got to look it up if you're interested. It's insane. But they did. They broke them out of jail, and they brought them back up. They were in New Albany, I think, in jail for some, I don't know if it was a train robbery or another crime that they had committed, whatever. But this vigilante group from Seymour or the area went down there, broke into the jail, brought them back, and hanged them. And I think that's why the three of them are buried right next to each other, because I think they all died at the same time. Or in the same day, whatever. Like they know where they are, right? They knew where they were because they were right there dead. Anyway, when they were buried in that cemetery, there were people from Seymour who had family that, had passed away and were buried in that cemetery. Some of those people were so upset that the Reno brothers were going to be buried in the same cemetery as their family members, and there was nothing they could do about it other than dig their family members up and move them. That's what they did. Not all of them, but more than one family said, I cannot stand it that the Reno brothers are going to be buried next to my family. I'm not having that. So they went and had their family member dug up and relocated in a different cemetery. Isn't that insane? 1866. You could read about it. You can read all about it. It's wild. But yes, this is where I grew up. I mean, there's a bunch of people that, the lore. Everybody's got kind of a different version of what exactly happened. And I don't know why, but that's the way these things go, right? But I know that I got really excited about it and read a bunch about it, and then went to work when I used to do construction, and was telling guys about it, and without really listening to what I was saying at all. More than one of them said, "Yeah, that's not really what happened, though. This is what really happened." And I'm like, "Well, where did you hear that? That's just what happened." And I think, also, I don't know. I Googled them, and I learned what I learned off Google. I don't know where they got that information either. It's all just been passed down, right? But there's a lot of information about them. If you're interested, you can learn. Crazy. Anyway, that is why I have a tattoo of a locomotive in 1866 on my fingers. Why am I not finding the pieces that I need to find? They're just little guys. Oh, there's one. And there's the other. Okay. I'm telling you, they look a lot different when they're upside down. Laying on the table. That's weird. Weird. Another thing that's weird is that, I see. This piece goes underneath right here. So I would not expect, and I do not expect, for any of the other people that you know from the Red Dead Redemption series to get a tattoo of a locomotive in 1866 tattooed on their hand. I don't expect for you to see that out of anybody else besides me, but that's why I've done it. and I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. What's crazy is I've had to have the 1866 part done two times now. The first time they did it the original time, and then I got it touched up, and he redid the entire thing, and I really need to get it touched up again too, because the one is a little bit kind of missing in places. The 8 is kind of, honestly, all of them, but this 6, the first time he did it, it basically disappeared. Had to basically start over. Now it's stuck way better, but it needs to be done again, doesn't it? Maybe I can get that done next weekend. It's probably gonna be too busy. I'll have to come back a different time. But if I get any tattoos, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Get her fixed up, make it look the way it's supposed to. Anyway, now you know. Pretty crazy though, right? Pretty wild. There's actually another tattoo that I have that is of a pistol. An old, like, Western style pistol, like you would see in the game, that I got way before I ever knew anything about video games. Just another weird coincidence. I'm not kidding you. When I was living in LA, I had I think 2 tattoos before I moved to LA that I had gotten like in college. And like, you know, my family knew, my extended family knew, everybody knew. Some people really didn't like them. Some people were like, whatever, you do whatever you want to do. And we're cool about it. But when I moved to LA, I ended up getting several more tattoos. And I think that, you know, like my family, they didn't see them because it was this time of year when I would normally come home to visit, right? I would come home like for Thanksgiving and Christmas from LA, and I would see all of my family, but it's cold outside, so I always had long sleeves on. I wasn't trying to hide tattoos, but I was hiding them, not even thinking about it. And then one summer I came back home, and my grandparents, and now my uncle has their place, but we would all go out to see my grandparents and hang out at their lake cottage. And we did that every Sunday in the summer from, I'm not kidding you, from the day I was born. Anyway, one of those trips back from LA happened to be in the summer, and I wanted to go water skiing and swimming and all the stuff, so I was walking around in my shorts, and that's it. And my family sees me covered in tattoos, and they were like, whoa! Because I didn't get them all at once. I got them over the course of several years. But again, the only time I came home, it was cold and they were covered because I didn't want to walk around with no shirt on in the winter. You understand? So I think everybody was like shocked a little bit. Nobody knew what to say. I mean, even the people that were cool with it were still kind of like, oh man, yeah, he's really got a bunch of tattoos. But my great aunt, I will never, ever forget this. We called her Sissy. She was my grandpa's older sister. She was 103 years old when she died, which was she was probably 100, maybe 101 when she said this. But again, like, it was really uncomfortable. People were kind of having trouble. I could tell something was weird, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it clicked. And I thought, oh, you guys are all freaking out because I got a bunch of tattoos that you've never seen before. So I said something in front of everyone. Like, I pointed out the elephant in the room, right? And it was like, oh yeah, I got a bunch of tattoos, don't I? And everybody, whoa, my goodness. Like, I opened the floodgates and it all came at me. Nobody was going to say a word until I said, oh yeah, let's talk about it. And then, dear God, I heard, All kinds of cool things about my tattoos. But what's really funny is I've got that great aunt, right? She said, well, you've always been a pistol ever since you were born. And I thought, you know what? I like that idea too. So, if you've ever seen it before, that's a pistol. And it says 1976, the year I was born. That was several years before we did Red Dead Redemption. And it's an old pistol that looks like you've seen it in the game. Anyway, weird coincidence there too, right? You know what? I have never thought about this, but it's possible that they saw that tattoo when I did my audition. Can you imagine that? What if they did? What if they saw it and they were like, I don't know, there's just something about this guy that seems right. And they didn't put it together, but I like subliminal messaged them. Yeah, what's up, man? You know what? That could be exactly what happened. I have no idea why they picked me. They could have picked anybody. I'm very, very appreciative of the fact that they picked me, but wouldn't that be funny? If I somehow bamboozled them with my "You've always been a pistol" tattoo. It was not my intention if I did, but I might have. Okay, here's the other leg. There it is. That one went on a lot easier than the first one. Flying horse. Look at it. I hope that the other legs, when I put them on, they just naturally go like that. Or maybe Superman style. Either way, I'd like the idea of having a flying horse. Oh, I ripped his head off. Careful. Okay, I got it back on. But look, let's get him as streamlined as possible. Ah, extra piece. Get on out of here. I still don't know what this bright orange, really big piece is for. I have no idea. Maybe it's like, maybe it helps it stand up or something. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't make sense yet. All right, so here's what I'm going to do to make this easier on people. The title of this one is going to be Lego Build Part 3. And that was the third bag, right? So now it's the next step is to open bag 4. I'm going to stop this video now, and then I'm going to start another one, Part 4, or bag 4, but I'll call it Part 4. Right on. Okay, so now you know what's up. I'll be back.